Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at some more Master League battles, and this time I'm going to be featuring 3 more Pokemon that I personally think are the top. So we went over my top 3. I could say Snorlax, I could say Groudon and Giratina are the top 3. We'll just say these 6 Pokemon are going to be amazing. So we have Giratina, which is going to be not quite a 100, but it is going to be level 51. It's good enough. It's going to be shiny. Got the 100 Groudon here and the Snorlax Shadow. Now, if you do not have a good Shadow Snorlax, should you invest in a regular one for Master League? I'm going to say, sure. I mean, it's still going to be doing great. It's not like it's a massive difference. And the IVs on the Snorlax that I do have are not even the best, but it still performs magnificent. So you already know how much I love these 3 Pokemon. These are pretty much the bases here. The next one, there's several. You got Mewtwo, you got Landorus. So you got all those Pokemon, but these ones right here are definitely going to be solid. Snorlax and Groudon and Giratina on the same team. Specifically, Snorlax and Giratina are amazing because you have that Ghost and the normal type combination. All right, folks. Hope everybody's going to have a great 2023. Hopefully, I might be able to get up another video, but let's just be positive. Coming from me, you're like, oh, yeah, you. Look, hey, I'm just fighting back, man. If somebody hits me in the back, I'm just going to, swing back and hit. What's wrong with that? It seems like in this year, last year, you can't do that. You just got to take the beating, but I won't stand for that crap. I say defend yourself, but anyways, metaphorically here, I'm not trying to get violent, right? Anyways, folks, what do we got going on here? We're going to be leading with the Groudon, and they're going to be swapping the Catch and Earthquake with their Giratina. Now, we're going to farm a little bit extra here because we got the Snorlax, which is going to shut it down unless they do have Dragon Pulse. They're going for the Shadow Ball. Doesn't mean they don't have it yet, so let's see. But at this point, we're going to be able to farm them down with all that energy as well on our Groudon. Looking good here. And taking them out. So both my Kyogre, it's not quite ready. It's not maxed out. But as soon as they come out with the primal forms, I'm going to be getting those candies and maxing it out. ASAP, you better believe it. It's going to be amazing here. All right, so we're going to be seeing them go for the Iron Head. Now, we let it go because we can survive, and we don't really need to shield up. We have the Groudon loaded in the back, right? We're just going to go ahead and throw the superpower here, do all this damage, get a shield potentially. Let's see what happens, and they're letting it go. What do they have in the back? It's going to be a Mewtwo, so I immediately swap into my Giratina, and we're looking just great here. You can't get one shot by anything. Ice Beam's going to do a lot of damage. Shadow Ball, take a look. There you go. Again, Ice Strike. 2 Side Strikes is going to do it. So you're not going to Psycho Cut me down at this point, right? We get the boost, which is just insult to injury here. And we're looking great. Did we get the boost? Pretty sure we got 2 shields as well. All right, moving it on to the next battle here, leading with the Groudon. Having a great lead with that Melmetal. This is just fantastic. You love to see this here. Just got to look out for a potential catch. So we're going to go ahead and throw the Fire Punch. They're loaded up on energy. They don't want to go down. They better shield it up. They let it go. I'm thinking, you kidding me? Come on. I was going to Earthquake you. Although that wouldn't actually KO, right? Pretty close. So they go for the Flash Cannon, which is going to be doing the most damage out of all Melmetal's moves technically to Groudon here. And we're going to be able to farm down. I suspect they're going to go for a Superpower. We'll let this go. Yeah, Superpower doing a lot of damage, but we're winning the matchup, so that's all that we really care about. Getting to the Earthquake, we're just going to throw it. We figure they're going to shield it up. It's a Shadow Mewtwo, and they got to. They're going to be going down by pretty much everything. And since we did have a decent amount of health left, we're going to go ahead and bring in our Snorlax, since we do have 2 counters, technically kind of to the Mewtwo, and we're looking good with the shield up here. So they're swapping into their Dialga, and again, we're going to go ahead and let that Iron Head go with the Snorlax here and go for the superpowers, lowering our defense so they're not going to be able to farm us as much. And we're going to be looking pretty good to go here. All right, so since we were able to do all that damage, Giratina technically doesn't really want to go up against Groudon because of that Dragon Breath damage. But since they're so low, we're going to be able to farm them down. But I'm thinking, oh shoot, am I going to actually lose here? Because we know that Mewtwo has energy. Because if they get off 2 Shadow Balls or just 2 charge moves, that's a wrap. So they're going for the Side Strike. Exactly, that's what they want to do here. But we're able to get to the Shadow Ball and take the win. This is obviously going to KO. And Shadow Clawing down Dialga, and looking good. Let's keep it moving here. Moving it on to our next opponent. Put these Pokemon in the back line with these moves. See what happens. You tell me if you get these same leads. All right, so another Melmetal. We love to see it here. Going to go ahead and let it go. And a Superpower right off the bat. They're going to be swapping into a Kyogre. So what we're going to do is go for Earthquake and do a bunch of damage here. Swap into our Giratina and farm them down. Don't think they're going to be able to get to a Blizzard here, especially after they do throw this. So now they just confirmed it that we can simply farm them down. We're good to go. coming out of this with a lot of energy. Even if it's a Dialga, we're still going to be okay because 2 Shadow Balls is going to do quite a bit of damage to them anyways here. While they are going to be able to pretty much farm us down, that's okay because we still do have Groudon and we can align the Snorlax. So we'll just see what we have to do here. Our Groudon is below half health, so, you know, we can take an Iron Head, but a Draco's not going to be looking good. So I do bring in the Snorlax. We are going to be shielding this up. I figured they're going to be going for a Draco since they're so low, swapping into that Melmetal, and I'm trying to get to that superpower, and we do. Great. I think we're going to want to swap into our Groudon right after this here, and we're able to get to the Fire Punch, and this should be enough to take them out here. And we have enough health to potentially get to a charge move. Oh, they backed out. Never mind, they closed their app. No, they didn't back out. They force closed it, so this is why it's freezing up here. Oh, or could it be the game freezing up? It could be. It could be. So I don't want to rule that out. I don't want to just say that they force closed this game. You never know what it is going to be. Next battle, there you go. Bad lead with the Dragonite, rank number 1. We did take a look at that. This thing is amazing. So we're going to be swapping, and this kind of technically screws me over. Snorlax does not win this matchup. This is not a win for you if they shield up once. So Giratina doesn't want to go up against it because of the Dragon Breath. I mean, it's just going to annihilate me. Anyways, we're going to be shielding that up, and they're going to be swapping into their Excadrill, so we can let this go. It's not going to KO. They can't farm us down. And we're going to be able to get to a superpower almost to the next one, but they should be able to outpace me here because that's just Excadrill. And they do, unfortunately. That's okay. We already used 1 shield, so I don't think we're going to want to double shield up on that since we do have the Groudon to go in here. And their Dragonite is technically pretty low, right? So well, it's doing okay. We can take it out with the Giratina. So go for the Fire Punch. That's enough to take them out. Yeah, they're still at about half, so this is not particularly great. They're still in a very comfortable position here. If they have a Yveltal in the back, it's pretty much a wrap for me. And that is going to be something weak in the back line. I mean, to the whole team, technically. Groudon's not really going to be doing much, although you can put up a bit of a fight with those Fire Punch spams. But then Giratina, weak to the dark. And then Snorlax is not going to be doing the best. And they have a Metagross back there. Giratina goes out. They back out. We take the win. Moving it on to our next opponent. And if you can hit that like button, folks, it'd be much appreciated. That's all you got to do to support me. Just hit that like button. Or you can even drop a tip if you want. And we're going to be met with a Snorlax again. Or we're bringing in our Snorlax up against the Dragonite. And let's go. And then, hey, it is what it is. We had a bunch of great leads, so we're going to have some horrible leads as well. You're not going to always get the greatest leads around. So going for a Body Slam here, and I'm kind of keeping up. They let it go. I'm thinking, okay, looking pretty good. They swap into a Metagross, so we're going to go ahead and build up to a little. We're not getting to 2 superpowers, not unless they try to farm me down at this point, which I think they may be able to. Yeah, we're going to go for a Body Slam. Hopefully they shield this up thinking it is a superpower. And they do. Great. All right. Or whatever. Just trying to preserve their health. Who knows what the deal is over there. So I'm contemplating what I should do. So, okay, we're going to go ahead and bring in our Giratina here. And we're going to be able to let this go. We want to hold on to 1 shield. Even though they are shield dry at this point, we're still going to be in the green. They bring in an Excadrill, so I immediately swap, knowing that this Dragonite's pretty low. We're going to be able to get to this Fire Punch, and then the Giratina is going to be able to handle it, unless we're able to take them out here. Oh, they survive, but we're still going to be holding on to our shield, so technically Groudon is going to be able to still pull this win off for us, although the Excadrill does have a decent amount of energy farmed up, so they might be able to hit them back to back. So letting this first one go, which is not going to KO, looks like the Groudon actually is going to be able to take the win. Yes, indeed it does. They back out, and we're just going to keep on moving here. We're going to see a 5-0 towards the end here. I'm telling you, this team does a lot of work for me. So we have another great lead up against Melmetal. They're going to be swapping into their Giratina, and we're going to bring in our Snorlax. This is just one of the best situations. I think they go Shadow Ball, then they go Ominous Wind, and they get the boost with that much health left. So it's only going to be raising their attack and defense by 1 stage. Before it was going to be 2, which was completely OP. I will admit, getting it, it's basically a win if you're still in the green, right? So they get the boost there, which is great. So awesome. Now let's go ahead. Now you're going to be able to put up more of a fight up against the Snorlax here if you don't have that Dragon Pulse. But we're still going to win this matchup here and come out of here with energy. But what's going to happen is stalling the time. They can swap. There you go. Exactly. Bringing in Togekiss and Giratina. Sure. I mean, yeah, Giratina can go up against it. So we're going to go for the Body Slam, do some damage. They let it go. Still holding on to 2 shields. I figure they're going to probably just shield it up all the way. They want to keep this thing alive and win this matchup here. So we're going to go for the Ominous Wind, and there it is. We should be able to get to 1 more right on time. Perfect. and this should get their last shield, and we're going to be looking good. Fire Punch is still going to do a lot. You're going to see, funny enough, we bring in the Snorlax first, and we're going to go, okay, perfect. They throw their energy. Now, at this point, we're going to mud shot them down with Groudon. You better believe it. So that's going to be a lot of energy. We're going to town. We're loaded up on energy and 2 shields still. And they're bringing in that Melmetal, immediately going to go for the Earthquake right off the bat here. And I think I actually let their charge move go as well, and I just farmed them down. And I wasn't trying to 2-shield flex. We just had such a good lead. Let's go ahead and challenge ourselves, right? Let's see if we can win without using a shield, and it has nothing to do with our opponent or anything like that. Okay, I don't try to do that. Good game, and that's our 100th win too. Nice. All right, moving it on. Leading with that Groudon still. I'm telling you, this thing is absolutely amazing. What's better, Groudon or Kyogre? I'm going to have to say Groudon. Yeah. Personally, they're both great. They both do a different thing, but I just feel like Groudon is holding it down with all these steel types. All right, so up against Garchomp here. I'm just thinking, okay, you're going to probably Sand Tomb me, so we'll just let this go. You've already let Earthquake go. We can basically farm you down. Going for a Fire Punch, if they shield this up, that would be just great. And they let it go, and they're getting to one more Sand Tomb, but this is not going to be enough to KO. But that's still okay, because we are going to be winning that swap. We do have a decent amount of health, so they can farm us up, especially with Mewtwo. So we're going to go ahead and throw this and not get greedy and try to get the Earthquake. Don't think that was going to happen. Yeah, down we go. And we have 2 Pokemon that can counter this here. But they do have a decent amount of energy ready to go, so we better play this correctly. And I do bring in this in case there is a Dialga in the back. Snorlax would have been great. Letting that first Ice Strike go. Can't talk. Stumbling over my words here. Going for Ominous Wind because that's all we really need to do. And you don't need to go for that Shadow Ball. That's perfect. And they have a Metagross in the back. Still holding on to 2 of their shields. And at this point, this is a win. So we're just going to go ahead and throw the Ominous Wind and swap into our Snorlax. And we're looking just great here. That Link is going to be doing a ton of damage. We're going to let this first Meteor Mash go, still holding on to one of our shields here, and not going to go for the Superpower. There's really no point because we're just going to lower our attack, and this is still going to do a decent amount, and we can go in here with our Giratina and finish him off. Didn't know if I should have used my shield there or not, but looking at my health, we should be okay, and we're getting to another Body Slam, and we're perfectly fine, and I'm telling you, this team is putting in the work. I know we've been getting good leads, but I'm telling you, try it out. Put those Pokemon in the back with the same moves, lead with Groudon, and see what you're met with. This might be a Dragonite, it might be a Melmetal. So we got a horrible lead here, swapping to our Snorlax, and this is another Pokemon that's just going to kind of wall our team to some degree here. So calling this, actually didn't call that. I just didn't hit the shield, and I was like, oh my gosh, they're going to Superpower, but it was a Dragon Claw, so, hey, sure, I called it, yeah, let's go. Alright, so we definitely will shield this up, don't need to go for Superpower. I mean, there's no point in lowering their stats at this range of health that we do have. Going for another Body Slam, and I'm thinking, you're going to double shield your Dragonite? Alright, never mind, you're letting it go. Come on, getting to another one. Are you going to shield it now? Please tell me you do. And they use bold shields on their Dragonite, which is great. So we're going to go ahead and bring in our Giratina, which is going to be doing neutral with the Shadow Claw. We're going to take a decent amount from it. Yeah, it's going to hurt. Yeah, but hey, it is what it is. And holding on to that one shield can mean the difference towards the end here. Oh, this is going to be a crazy one here. So we got Gyarados. So we're going to go ahead and throw Shadow Ball. And we kind of need to hold it down. That's it, period. And they're swapping into a Metagross. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw. Might have been a better idea to hold on to that energy for the Gyarados, but we go ahead and just throw, and we're going to try to farm him down. Now, knowing Gyarados is kind of squishy, we should maybe be able to finish them off with Fire Punch, so I'm thinking that they're at about 2 Aqua Tails at this point. This is not looking good. Dragon Breath is essentially going to take out our Giratina in 1 second, so not going to really be able to do anything. So we need to get to this Fire Punch, and we do, and we're finishing off a Flying and Water type with our Ground type Groudon. Thought that was pretty awesome, folks. Let's keep it going here. See what we're going to be met with next. And I do believe that's going to be the 5-0. No, one more battle. And I left that part in so you can see. Here we go. All right, let's find our opponent. I'm not trying to splice videos together, although you can obviously tell by the score. So there is that. Anyway, moving it on. What are we going to be met with? Oh, we're off to a great start already with this Dialga. They're going to be swapping into their Giratina. And I'm going to farming up a little bit extra because we're going to go ahead and wall this with our Snorlax. And this is just great. Rock, paper, scissors all the way. So much skill involved right here. You have no idea. Look out because, oh my gosh, skill overload. All right. Anyways, hitting it by another Shadow Ball. And we are going to throw our energy because you're going to cap out. You might as well throw it. use it up instead of kind of just wasting it, right? We're going to farm it up anyways, unless they do want to swap into something else, which I think they may. Yep, there it is right when we said it. So we're going to go ahead and go for the superpower, because let's just do a bunch of damage, swap into our Groudon, and then maybe have them think we're going for Earthquake here, but they don't want to shield up. They say, nah, man, I'm good. You're just going to waste your energy. Going for another Fire Punch here, and this is obviously going to go. They're just going to let it. Okay, holding on to 2 shields. Got 2 Pokemon left. What's going down here? I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to get a 5-0. This is looking great. Their Giratina is not looking too healthy over there. We're going to go ahead and just let it go, calling the Ominous Wind. Going for a Fire Punch here. What do they have in the back? Are they going to shield this up? What is in the back? Is that a Metagross back there? Because if it is, our Giratina is going to be smiling all the way to the 5-0 bank, letting the Ominous Wind go, and it is going to be a Kyogre. Okay, well, that works too, because, well, our Giratina is going to be resisting water, although we still need to kind of look out for a Blizzard. I know we have 2 shields. We're good. I know. I get it. But let's not get flexy over here and start using up some shields, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and shield this up. I don't even care. We're going to shield up whatever they throw at us because, well, we're just in a position to do so. We don't really need to mess around. And let's go ahead and take that 5-0, folks. So again, really appreciate all my supporters, everybody who does hit that like button, and my patrons, and everybody else in between, the sponsors, well, the couple of ones for the Go Pluses that we do use. Really appreciate all that, and hopefully I'll be seeing you all soon in February. So yeah, that was a good run here. Love this team and some of my favorite Pokemon to use. Let's get it. If you did enjoy it, give it a thumbs up, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.
Sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Hey! So you're finally here! Fantastic!
Touch the cat. This is the best.